everybody, and welcome to another update for my hashtag 365 days of samples. So before I dive into the products, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a second about something that I'm thinking about for next year, because I do want to continue to do this project. However, I'm going to be getting into more deluxe size products that are going to be taking a lot longer. And as some of you may know, I am working through my lipsticks. I am doing a lipstick roulette and trying different lipsticks out and kind of scoring them and seeing what works best for me so I can make better choices in the future and declutter, hopefully, a lot of what I'm not using and what I don't love. So I was toying with the idea of doing updates every week for both of those things. I just think that's going to be a lot of stuff going on in 1 week. So then I had a thought about alternating the projects. So what that would mean is that, say, week 1, like the first Sunday in January, I would do my hashtag 365 days of samples. So it would be like the 2.0 intro for 2017. I would choose 7 products. Then the week after, instead of having a hashtag 365 days of samples update on Sunday, I would do a lipstick roulette update where I would be showing lip swatches and the scores of all my lipsticks. And then the week after that would be back to hashtag 365 days of samples. And I would treat that update like I do with my Project Pan updates. So I would still do products I wouldn't purchase, products I wasn't sure of, and products that I would purchase, as in the ones that I finished, but then I would show you the progress and talk about the other items that I'm still working on, and then I would only choose enough items to have 7 going at one time, and then I would just sort of work through it that way. Because I have my sample box in pretty good control, I think that I'm going to have to do a weeding of it sort of at the end of the year. At the end of the year, I'm going to have a finale video, which is going to be just the wrap up for 2016. I'm going to have a separate video talking about the products that I have purchased from doing this challenge. And then I was thinking about doing like a sample box decluttering, because I know that there's some samples in here that are old, that are not going to be any good for me. I think I have some men's samples and stuff in here, even like men's fragrances and stuff that I can pass along, because I really just dumped everything in here. And then on top of all that, I was thinking about adding in all of my deluxe size makeup samples into this box, because right now I only had like a select few, not all of the deluxe size samples that I have. One of my biggest goals when it comes to my makeup collection is getting rid of all of my deluxe size samples and just having full sizes. It's just an aesthetic thing for me. I think I've mentioned it a few times before. So I was thinking about doing that, and that way I could have 7 products that I'm constantly working on, and I think that would help me put a really good dent in all of those products over the year. However, I wanted to check with you guys and see what you guys think, because I know that there's quite a few of you that are really loyal to these videos and you love watching them, and I love making them for you, and I love chatting with you guys in the comments. And I know that there's some of you that might be pretty disappointed if there isn't an update every single week. So I just wanted to check and see what you guys thought about doing it that way, because I think it would make my life easier, because the lipstick roulette updates are going to take a long time, and they do take a long time because it's lip swatches and all that stuff. But it still would be a weekly update on Sunday. It would just be something different. And then this samples challenge would also include the makeup as well, to make it a little bit maybe more interesting, hopefully. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. I will go with majority rules as I usually do. So if the majority of you guys still want weekly hashtag 365 days of samples updates, I will do that. I will do what the majority of people want. Anyway, okay, enough about that. Let's start with the products I would not purchase the full size of. So let's get this one out of the way first. This is the foundation sample of the Kat Von D Lock It In Tattoo Foundation. This stuff broke me out. I gave it another shot. It was not the right color match for me. It was definitely a little bit too yellow, but I put it on, and maybe this was my mistake, bare skin, because I wanted to try a couple different ways of applying it. I applied it with a sponge, I applied it with a brush, and I applied it with my fingers. I wasn't so concerned about using a primer because I knew I wasn't going to be wearing it for a very long time, and I wasn't going to be wearing it out anywhere because of the shade match. I wanted to see what I could really achieve with that foundation, because when I tried it before I didn't like it because it was too sticky, and I tried it with the primer because the sample set that I had also came with that featherweight primer or whatever it's called, and I did not like the primer and I did not like the foundation. I felt like the foundation was really sticky and it didn't apply very well, and I used a brush that time. So this time I tried it those 3 different ways, and it was really, really heavy. So I can't really talk about the coverage because it was too dark for me, but it did seem like it would be very full coverage because of how heavy and thick it was. So it also says it's supposed to be 24-hour wear. Well, I didn't wear it for 24 hours. A matte finish, it did have the matte finish. It was not transfer resistant, not even close. And I didn't set it, but I mean, it doesn't tell you you have to set the foundation in order for it to be transfer resistant. So it says oil free, fragrance free, you know. Okay, so it looked okay. It definitely looked better on the places on my face that I applied it with my fingers, not even with a brush or with my sponge, but with my fingers. It looked really nice. I was going to try wearing it for a little bit of time, but I only ended up wearing it for about 20 minutes because my skin felt so heavy. Like, it was so noticeable that I was wearing this stuff, and it was just really uncomfortable, and I just kept touching my face and foundation kept coming off on my fingers, and I was like, okay, enough of this. I hate the way that it's making my skin feel. I would never buy the full size of this because this is so uncomfortable, and I took it all off. I cleansed my entire face, and within maybe an hour or so, I noticed a huge breakout on my cheek. And I hadn't used anything else differently that day. Nothing else was unusual, just using that foundation. So I think this thing must be the culprit. So this was definitely a huge loser for me. This foundation, I mean, I've given it 2 shots now. This is a hard pass. Next is a product from Shuamura, and this is the Youthful Bouncy Fine Emulsion. So it really was like a moisturizer, and that's how I used it. I liked it. And I took a long time to use this because I constantly got distracted by other products. It just wasn't memorable, and it didn't have enough of a good effect that made me want to keep reaching for it. It was one of those things where when I saw it, I was like, oh right, I should use that today. But then if I didn't see it, my mind just didn't think about it. And so I was using all the other moisturizers, all the other samples and stuff that I had first, which is why all those other moisturizers were finished long ago, and this one took so long, and that's why I wouldn't purchase it. So yeah, there's not even really anything I can say about this. It was fine, and that's basically it. Another foil perfume from Givenchy. This is very irresistible, and this was very easy to resist because it smelled really gross. I wanted to like it because it had rose in it, but it also has star anise in it. And I think the combination of the two just were very, very unpleasant. It's gross! It's gross! Put you in my oven! If you know where that's from, I love you, we're best friends. But it's so gross. I don't like it at all, and get this far away from me. I had a little play date with some of the Urban Decay lipstick samplers because I just need to use them, and I need to just make the time. I just kind of sit there and play around with things, and I'm like swatching them, and I'm like, can I make this work for me? This one, 714, is like a very classic red shade, and you know me by now. You know I do not like red lipstick, and you know that I definitely do not like the bright, true, like rich red lipsticks. I do not like them. I do not like them at all. I find that they are very unflattering on me. And this is no exception. This is a very unflattering lipstick shade on me, as I find most bright, lighter reds to be. So I tried to make it work. The only thing I could get kind of close to making it work for me was just like a very classic retro look, like a winged liner and just red lipstick and like nothing else. But that's not me. That's not my general aesthetic. Like, I can do it if I had to, but I do not like that look. I am no Taylor Swift. I am not a cat eye red lip kind of girl. No. But I do like the formula of these lipsticks. So it's not the lipstick itself, it's just the color. And lastly, these 2 hard candy mascaras. Wow. Okay, so the first one I had from a couple weeks ago, this is the Lash Inc 4-Day Lash Stain Mascara. And so I tried this really hard. I tried wearing this on its own. I tried using it with my lash primer, which I like, and this was just such a flaky mess. And a lash stain, it did not stain my lashes at all. And trying to get it off, it was just smudging everywhere. I made the mistake of wearing it to work one day, and I was wondering why I just all of a sudden had this black ring underneath my eye because the mascara just did not last at all. Hard Candy has some pretty good products, but Some things like mascara, like I've been corrupted by the deluxe size samples that you get at Sephora, because those things have changed my life, and I will like probably never go back to drugstore mascara again. And I really don't need to. If you can get the free samples from Sephora, you're set. You don't have to pay for them anymore. And the other one, the Ginormous Lash Volumizing Mascara, was just, it was worse than this one. Like at least this one has a nice brush, and this one has that really weird large brush on it, and I did not like that at all. And I tried to work with it, and I tried to get it to do something, but it just looked bad. It just looked bad, and life is too short to use products that make you look bad. So I wasn't going to use this anymore. Now on to my favorite part, the products that I would purchase the full size of. I really don't like talking about the things that I dislike. I have been really trying to be actively more positive. And so I like to concentrate on the good things, and these are the good things. So I will mention this one pretty quickly because I've already talked about it in I think maybe 3 videos. This is the YSL Black Opium perfume. You guys know I fell head over heels for this thing. I absolutely love it. I even cashed in 250 points from Sephora to get the little deluxe size. That's how much I love this thing. Next, I have a winner from Maran, and this is the Glow Creator. And this is a base and top glow boosting cream. So you can use this as on its own. You can use this as a primer. You can use it on top of makeup. I've been using it as a base. So I used the last bit of it when I did my makeup today. I used it as a base first, and then I actually mixed it with a little bit of a regular primer, which is what I've been doing, because I find that longevity on its own is not what I really like it to be. I definitely need a different kind of primer to work with it, but mixing a couple of things together, sometimes if I'm really feeling funky, I'll mix it with the foundation too for like uber glow. This stuff, I was so scared of not having it anymore, and I was trying to find dupes, other things, like trying some of the other liquid highlighters and things that I have to mix with them, and I was trying to see like, okay, what's gonna work, what's okay, what can I survive with. Nothing compares to this. So I actually already purchased the full size during the Sephora sale. I'm still waiting for it to come in. Thank God. It will be here soon, probably like Monday or Tuesday, because I love this stuff. Every time I've wanted to do something super glowy, when I've just really felt like that, this stuff has been perfect. This is one of the greatest new discoveries of the year for me, for sure. And I have 2 little lip products. The first one is the Sugar Rose Lip Treatment from Fresh. And I like this one. I've talked about this one actually before because I've had samples of it before. I've had deluxe size samples I've gone through. I believe I still have another deluxe size sample. I've got to like look through my lip balms and stuff, and I just haven't been using them as often because I've been using other things. So I really do like the Fresh lip treatments a lot. I think they are like top-notch, best lip balms ever. If I wore lip balms more often, I'm sure I would be going through them and I would have full sizes already. And the last thing is another Urban Decay lipstick. This is Blackmail, so of course I liked this one. This is a shade that I really love and may potentially purchase. Although I think I really am going to have to try to go on a lipstick no-buy, which would just make sense starting in 2017, because let's be real, I am not giving up on ColourPop until they get rid of that international shipping promo. I've placed like 2 more orders that haven't come in yet, and I'm a little crazy, but I'm just gonna get that all out of my system and start fresh in January and start fresh in 2017 and go through my lipsticks and get rid of a bunch of stuff and look at what gaps I'm missing. So this one, I don't think I have anything that's really similar to it, but I can go back and reference my own swatches, and I can look at that when the time comes, when I'm looking at like, what do I need that I don't have? What do I want? So this is one that I really like. It's just such a beautiful, deep, almost black shade. It's more wearable than a black because it's not a black. It's like a blackened berry color, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I do really like the Urban Decay Vice lipsticks, and I really like the darker colors. All right, so sample box. I do have a couple more things that I got here recently from orders and a few other deluxe size samples and things that I found floating around. Mostly skincare stuff. I haven't put any more deluxe size makeup in here yet. Anyway, let's pick 5 products this week again, because I still am working on so many things. Again, I don't want to have too much overlap. I'm just trying to be, you know, smart. So I've got 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so the first thing I have here is from Philosophy, and this is the Renewed Hope in a Jar Moisturizer. I used this before, just a couple weeks ago, and really loved it, so let's try it again. I have a sample from Tarte. This is the Tarteguard SPF 30 Moisturizing Sunscreen Lotion. I have a product from Josie Maran, and this is called Divine, and it's the Divine Drip Honey Butter Balm. So this is like a body butter. So I actually have a product that's made for men, but this is Lab Series Skincare for Men Age Rescue. So it's an anti-aging face lotion, and this is just like a moisturizer. And you know what? I don't see any reason why I can't use this. I used a couple of the Jack Black products from Sephora, which are like targeted towards men, and I used it and ended up liking a couple of those things. So I'm gonna use this. And the last thing I have here is from Boscia, and it is the Charcoal Makeup Melter. So it's a cleansing oil balm. Ooh, I really like the black cleanser from Boscia, so I'm really curious and excited to try this. Alright, so that is everything for this update. Please do let me know what you think about doing the updates every second week, if you'd be okay with that. And let me know if you have any other questions, comments, or concerns. If you've used any of these products, please let me know as well. And just let other people know too, because there might be something that I did not like, that didn't work for me, that maybe really worked for you. So maybe that would be helpful to other people. So just leave that in the comments. If you have any suggestions or anything I should be aware of with any of the new products I have, please also let me know, because I really appreciate all the information that you guys give me and all the little tips and tricks you give me on how to use products up. It's really helped so much. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Instagram for my ColourPop giveaway, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye. Brainwave. Ooh. Intros should not be so hard. Let's do this. I don't remember what I was talking about. Anise. Put you in my oven! It's gross! Samples, let's talk about samples. The first thing I'll start with is no. And it is the Chark Up